everybody, and welcome to our first ever episode of Up Next on Access Hammonton. I'm your host, NorEaster Nick. You may know me as your friendly neighborhood weather guy, and that is totally cool with me. Look, I appreciate all the love and support I've received over the past decade of my career. Actually, many of you know that I got my start right here in Hammonton, so it's nice to come back. The town and I are going to be working very closely together to transform this channel into a hub for information and entertainment as we go through the rest of the year. We've got a great team of dedicated people who are committed to keeping you in the know at all times. Whether you see this information on Channel 9 or Facebook or online, the goal remains exactly the same: to connect everyone. We expect to evolve as we find our footing. This is the pilot that will be used to learn and adjust from. So we appreciate your feedback and look forward to many great times together. For our first show, we are going to talk all about Blueberry. Come to think of it, now my sweet tooth is acting up. When we return, we'll hear from Mr. John Runfolo about preparations for the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival. Stay tuned.
We're very glad to be back. The Greater Hammonton Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with AMI Atlanticare, presents the 35th Annual Red, White, and Blueberry Festival, Sunday, June 27th in Hammonton, the blueberry capital of the world. Blueberry pies, cannoli, cupcakes, ice cream, and so much more. The Cruising Classics Car Show, crafters, great food. Come early for breakfast, stay late. Party with Stealing Savannah and DJ Nicky G. Family fun for everyone, Sunday, June 27th. We're very glad to be back. Well, I've been doing it ever since its inception in 1987. It started as an homage to the July 4th holiday and also the sesquicentennial of the county. They said to the chambers, why don't you do something in honor of July 4th since it's the sesquicentennial of the county, blah, 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 blah. So my ad agency Concepts, we decided we jockeyed around a few terms and we said, well, we're the blueberry capital of the world. Let's make it the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival.
Chamber of Commerce Executive Director John Runfolo knows a thing or two about the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival. After all, he's been involved since day one. So it's interesting to hear from him how things have changed over time.
It started on Vine Street. I think it was maybe 10 crafters and 2 or 3 food vendors, and we sold blueberries, and that was it. Then it started to grow. We got a little bit bigger. We moved over to the middle school, like that field hockey field. And then it was a problem because Fairview Avenue was a county road, I believe, and trying to shut that down was difficult. So we wound up here, I guess about 20 years ago, maybe more. And it's been great because of the expanse of the fields, and we can utilize just about everything. And it's been a great marriage, the Board of Education and the town and us. And it just skyrocketed.
When asked what seems to be people's favorite part of the festival, John told us this.
And you know, people are genuine. They say we really enjoy it. It's a family day, and you know, the kids enjoy it, grandma enjoys it, and mom and dad enjoy it. You know, the music, the cars, the crafters, the food. Of course, the food is always a specialty, but when I do my very, very unscientific survey by giving a little card there and say, write down what your favorite part is and you can win a free t-shirt. It's always, what's your favorite part? The blueberries. I mean, they're the king. There's no doubt about it.
3.5 decades strong, the festival attracts visitors from all over the place.
Again, it's a great mix, and I don't know how to say it except for the fact that it's caught on and the people enjoy it. They bring the whole family. Some people even have, you know, relatives come in and you know, enjoy the day. You know, it's a good day to barbecue or just come here and eat. Doesn't make any difference. So,
what kind of stuff goes on at the festival aside from eating blueberries?
You know, bring the family, enjoy the day. Music, you know, from Stealing Savannah, Nicky G. We got the Cruising Classics Car Show, crafters, food, and the king of them all, of course, blueberries. We got blueberry cannolis. We sold 1,000 of them in 2019, and Menino's does that for us. And we have, again, a lot of civic groups are involved, and that always brings everybody together too. So again, we're prepping for a big time, and again, Mother Nature's again hopefully cooperates.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. So excited for it. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me, John. Hey, have you guys ever wondered how blueberries go from farm to table? Obviously, most of us take a trip to the grocery store and pick out as many pints as we desire, especially if you're making something special. But how do they get there? I sat down with Brandon Razzo, who is the manager over at Variety Farms, to give me a little more insight. I learned so much and was absolutely fascinated by the process. Let's take a look.
We grow and pack blueberries. Our farm spans over 700 acres. So on a day-to-day basis, we start pretty early, around 4:30 a.m. And what we do is we get all the workers in the camps, and we get them on buses and get them out into the fields. We supply them with all their crates and anything that they need to harvest the blueberries. And throughout the day, we'll bring up those blueberries that they harvest, and we'll bring them up to the packing house. So the blueberries are dumped onto the packing lines. So first you have the blower cleaner, which removes all the leaves and the stems. Following that, they go through the color sorters, we call them, and soft sorters. So the color sorters will take out the green berries, and the soft sorters will take out the softer berries. And following that, they go through a final visual inspection, where any defects that got through the line didn't get sorted out. They'll be taken out visually, and from there it gets put into the clamshell. Each clamshell is labeled, and then it's put into a carton, and then they're palletized. We pack per customer requirements, so packaging can span from pint clamshells to larger packs like 2-pound clamshells. So once they are packed, we actually hold them here in our coolers, get them down to temperature, which is 36 degrees. And from there, they're loaded onto the appropriate trucks, and they're shipped out all across the United States. It's a misconception that blueberries are just a summer job. Blueberries are really a year-round thing. Post-harvest in the fall is when we start to kind of manicure the fields, trim the bushes, get them ready for next year's production. Farmers pour their hearts and their soul into farming, and it really takes a lot of patience and a lot of dedication to deliver a product that's worthy to the customer. Farming is one of those industries that remains unchanged in a sense. I mean, you have technology that has improved efficiency and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's a plant that grows, fruit in this case, and there's only so many ways to get it from the bush into the packaging, to the customer. So it's such a great thing to be a part of.
Isn't that just incredible? I literally had no idea so much technology was involved. It was great seeing it firsthand. It was also great seeing my friend Brandon, who I actually graduated high school with back in 2010. Good to see him doing so well. All right, let's shift gears and talk about some of the fun things that can be done with blueberries. We know about the basics, but what about a step above said basics? I stopped by Alley Bar and Grill in town, who takes more of a spirited approach to the fruit.
I think that the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival is just a part of who we are here in Hammonton, just like the 16th of July. They roll right into each other, and it's the summer of fun and just friendship, and it represents what we are as a community and the crop, and just how proud we are to be part of the town. Well, growing up in Hammonton, we have gone to the Blueberry Festival since the time that before we could walk. When I was little, I remember my papa being a member of the Chamber of Commerce and setting up and going really early in the morning and seeing him unload the blueberry bagels into the festival grounds. And now that I have my own kids, it's exciting to kind of look forward to and tell them, oh, we're going to the Blueberry Festival coming up this week, and have some fun and taste all the good things too that Hammonton has to offer. So we started off with doing this blueberry barbecue salmon dish and really trying to introduce the blueberry when it was in season. And so for our summer cocktail menu, we have featured the blueberry mojito with fresh Hammonton blueberry puree and blueberries, a blueberry Bellini, a blueberry Cosmo, and a favorite is the blueberry lemonade that can come spiked or the kids can also enjoy. I think that people this year more than ever are looking forward to the Blueberry Festival. I see on social media, and then when you run into somebody, oh, I'll see you at the festival. Oh, are you going to the Blueberry Festival? Or people from out of town contact us and say, oh, everybody having the Blueberry Festival, is it on this year? So I think this year more than ever, it's going to be top notch. I love blueberry bagels, so I feel like I treat myself to one at the festival every year. And just seeing everybody together, the performances that they have going on, hearing what everybody has to say. Hopefully we'll have a beautiful sunny day on the grounds, and it will just be fun to be celebrating the blueberry again this year.
Blueberry cake and blueberry pie and all that kind of stuff. But you rarely think about blueberry drinks, and if you're not a fan of alcohol like I am, perhaps you're a big kid, you can even make a non-alcoholic drink. Oh, this looks so good. I'm NorEaster Nick on Access Hammonton, Channel 9. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's right. I am not a drinker, but I can totally appreciate the kid-friendly version. It was delish. Cool to see so many uses for blueberries. Remember earlier on when I mentioned my sweet tooth? Well, it's still acting up. I wonder why. Oh, it must be remembering the time I spent at Penz's Pies at Red Barn. Real Talk 101 for a sec. The blueberry pie I had the other day was like OMG delicious. Want to take a look at how it's all made? Let's go.
Its original location was at Glossy Fruit Farm, and when my grandfather decided to increase his operation by adding cold storage and packing houses, he was going to tear the barn down. My mother, Jessie Penza, said, no, crank it up, move it out, bring it alongside the pond across the highway, which she did, and the barn sat there until the 70s, when I found myself a single mom, which was not a fashionable item to be at that time. I am just as proud could be to be living in Hammonton, to be living in South Jersey, because we have access to so many marvelous, wonderful fruits and veggies, which we put together into pies and quiche and whatever, and omelets, and just about everything. Right now, our most popular pie, very, very, very popular pie, is the berry with blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and peaches. Oh, it's family. The most important aspect is family. I'm with my children every day, and all kinds of cousins, and it's home. It is absolutely home, and we have set it up so that everyone feels at home. We have a kitchen, and we do everything absolutely fresh. And I was so excited this morning because I got such beautiful asparagus from Mary Ann, who has the farm market for Glossy Fruit Farm, and it's beautiful, absolutely, and it's Jersey asparagus. It is really fantastic. We do breakfast and we do lunch, and everybody has a hand in something. Everybody has an influence in something. At lunch, what I think is the nicest thing are the smashed meatballs that Freddie makes. And Freddie, he is a blueberry farmer, a landscaper, and a cook. And he's great. There are many favorites, and I am so excited because I just made contact with a relative of mine who is in Casal Volino, and her name is Giovanna Penza, and she just posted a few recipes, and I am ecstatic about the fact that I can communicate with her by means of Facebook. And but my favorite is right now is the very berry, and to be able to put all of all of these berries that are now in season is just wonderful. Blueberries, as we know, are totally fantastic. And they're so healthy for you, too. We quick freeze our blueberries so that we will have pies throughout the year. And we put them on big trays, quick freeze them, bag them, and box them. And we load our pies with blueberries.
Well, we certainly covered a lot of blueberry territory this episode, and I hope you truly have the opportunity to check out the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival this Sunday. I hear the weather should be okay. What? All right, I'll pull a few strings. Sheesh, tough crowd. Hey, the fun doesn't stop with the Blueberry Festival, by the way. If you're a true Hammontonian, you know full well that the party really gets started with the Our Lady Mount Carmel Festival in mid-July. Do you know that it's the oldest running Italian festival in the country? Mind-blowing. I caught up with Louis Pantalone and Frank Italiano to explain how they're getting ready for the big feast.
So in 1875, the feast was started through our ancestors by Antonino Capelli on Pine Road. At that time, they were very thankful for the safe passage to the U.S., for their plentiful crops, and just to be here in America for the opportunity. They didn't have a statue, obviously, but they paid homage to our Blessed Mother by taking a picture of her and having a procession through the fields. The society is the founders of the feast and is the sponsors of the feast. Although it's associated with the church, it is our festival, our feast, and we are proud of that. This year we'll be celebrating 146 years. The procession remained there for 10 years until the first Catholic church was brought into Hammonton. And then it actually moved from the Pine Road area, it actually moved to the Hammonton Lake. And then when the church was completed, it moved into St. Joseph's Church, where the procession and the masses would then be celebrated. A lot of people ask this why, how do you do this? How do you keep it going for 146 years? And the reason for that is you have to have a dedication to our Blessed Mother. If we lose that, then tradition is lost and the meaning of the feast is gone. I believe it's a culture that we're proud of. The Italians are very, very embracing, loving, festive, right? But religious, and the religious factor of this is very important. To continue something for this long says a lot about the commitment that the society has and the people of this town. There are a lot of events that take place throughout the course of the week, but the primary focus is our Mass for our deceased members and the Blessed Mother, the procession. In addition to that, yes, we do have other festive moments. We have the carnival, we have the food, we have the entertainment, but it's all centered around, and really the devotion is to the Blessed Mother. Just getting everybody back to where it used to be and back to normal, if there is a normal again. But when people walk out here and come back to this feast, they're going to see things that they saw 1 year, 2 years ago, right back to where it was.
It takes a whole year to have everything start. So it's not like something that just comes up in a week. It's a year of getting it set, preparing with the carnival, preparing with the church, preparing with entertainment, the food. Coming up towards the feast, it really becomes something where it gets really tedious and people see us doing all the work and getting set up and those type of things. But it certainly, it takes an entire year. We literally maybe take off 3 or 4 days because we're exhausted, and then we start talking. And you would see the notes that we keep the whole time just to try and make it better. Procession is what it's all about. The carnival's nice, the feast is nice, the beer garden's great, the entertainment's great, but the procession, the statues are what it's all about to me. I think for the town, it's something that puts us on the map. We have the festival, Blueberry Festival, which is great, and the blueberry capital and Italian capital and all that. But I really think that this really puts a lot into everything and puts in perspective for everybody. The Pavilion. So the Pavilion, were years in getting that to happen. President was instrumental in getting that done. And one of our goals were always to talk about that and get that done. If you remember, we used to have tents over top of here. So now it's so nice to have, it's so cool under there. A lot of people in town helped us to have it done, and it looks really great.
Truly a staple of my childhood, and I can't wait to walk those carnival grounds. Well, that's all, folks. Okay, I'm not Porky the Pig, and this isn't Looney Tunes. Well, no, it's not. Thanks so much for joining us for our first ever Up Next on Access Hammonton. We hope you enjoyed the show and look forward to tuning in next month. See you around town.